Welcome back. So let's touch on a bit of more politics now, this time in Rivers State. And this is especially important ahead of the August 30 local government elections, for which many have expressed concern about, particularly about the legality of the elections, following, of course, the declaration of a state of emergency in that state, the appointment of a sole administrator, which was gazetted by the president. And, you know, the conduct of the sole administrator, for which many have spoken to as illegal, the dissolution of boards, and subsequent actions of the reconstitution of the State Independent Electoral Commission. Now, candidates are emerging for the elections, some of which have been identified as loyal to FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. Let's look at the implications of all of this as we have joining us on the program this morning, Mr. Epelle is the CEO, TAF Africa. He joins us virtually from Lagos. And by the way, of course, Mr. Epelle is also from Rivers State. It's important to add that bit to the conversation as well. Thank you for joining us on the program, sir.
Hi, Bukola. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to be here.
What would be, a good place to start would be the position expressed by Mr. Nyesom Wike about the coming local government elections, which he said has cited as legal within the ambits of the law. And he has in fact explained that the Emergency Act of 1961, particularly Section 3, grants the Governor General and later the President the powers to suspend or modify certain laws during a state of emergency. And he has said that those who are expressing opinions to the effect that the local government elections are illegal should go to court, and that the law is not determined by public commentary but courtroom advocacy. How do you, weigh in on this position held by Minister Nyesom Wike?
Well, Bukola, I'm not a lawyer, and Minister Wike is, but this time I don't think I haven't seen him in the court before. I don't trust his interpretation of the law. I don't think he's a practicing lawyer and had never won any case of judging the legality or illegality of the process, but that's not where I'm going. Everything about this election have failed. It has failed the legality test. It has failed the morality test. It has failed the test of common sense. And I think what we're seeing that is about to play out in Rivers State is epic movie, maybe part 3. And it is very unfortunate that it's scripted in Abuja, shot in Aso Rock and in the bedroom of Minister Wike. And unfortunately, that's what we get when there is no true democratic process. This whole thing is laughable, and I'm very pained because it is the people of Rivers State that suffers the most. It's our resources that has been depleted and siphoned and put in the pockets. It's our democracy that is being trampled upon and joked with. The whole thing is a melodramatic revelation, and unfortunately, the theater where this epic drama or movie will be unveiled is Rivers State. We deserve better. We deserve better. I don't trust the interpretation of Minister Wike. He's never been a practicing lawyer, and his opinion is nothing to write home about. I'm sorry.
And since we're speaking law, Mr. Epelle, how much of this do you think should be tested at the court? And is that something you'll advise aggrieved parties to do? Is that something you have faith in? Because people have said, okay, how about we go to court on this one? So is that something you're also advising that the aggrieved parties explore?
Well, currently, I have very little faith in the judicial processes and the judiciary herself, being that sometimes these judges are bought over. Not all of them. There are still some fine judges. There are still very good people in the judiciary that wants to do the right thing. But sometimes they are cordoned and barricaded by the powers that be. And so the idea of anybody saying go to court, which has become the mantra of politicians and a way of escape for them to do whatever they like and then go over and buy off the judges, threaten their life, make life uncomfortable sometimes for them, just for them to get pseudo judgment. And so there is very little faith in the judiciary. And I hope that many of them will come to the rescue. We've seen a situation, Kayode, where the ballot box don't count, but the judiciary manipulation, distortion of judicial structure would be the one that would decide an election. So the judiciary have become a very secret, dependent electoral body in this country. So we find out that, you know, when politicians know that they can win at the polls, they make sure that they win at the polls of the judiciary, at the corridor of justice. This is a total aberration and weakens the confidence that, if there is at all, that we have in the justice as the final rescue mission for the common people. So the idea of telling somebody go to court puts the question mark. Why do you want us to go to court? Because you know that what you're doing is illegal. And when we go to court, you will buy over the judges and twist the law to favor you. So the judiciary is becoming the rubber stamp of illegality of these politicians. And it's very, very unfortunate that the judiciary that's supposed to rescue the law, interpret the law, ensure that precedents are not broken, have become the final hopelessness of the people.
Yeah, well, we expect, you know, significant developments to come through from that space, following consistent concerns expressed about multiple interpretations to court judgments and, you know, parts of the Constitution, as it has to do particularly with elections. But one of the things that is coming through from Rivers State is that candidates loyal to Minister Nyesom Wike have emerged as you know, key participants in the coming local government elections, and curiously so, according to reports, some from the PDP and some from the APC. Should we view this with innocence or suspicion, and is this part of the peace process that was initiated by Mr. President and, of course, you know, shown to the public as the end of the crisis in Rivers State?
Bukola, this is a very intelligent question, but let me say to you, this emergence is just orchestrated. They were submerged or hidden by them, only for them to emerge right now. And the mixture of PDP, APC candidates is just is like a mixture of a concoction that is going to be served to to innocent people of River State. There's nothing good about what they are doing. They know what they are doing. They try to embellish their act to make it look like a peaceful Jews, but nothing that they've done. The mixture of the PDP people is just to cover their traps. So don't believe in that. Don't trust that. Everything that they're trying to do is to make it look good. You can't make a bad apple look good. It's not going to happen. If the cover looks as though it's an edible apple, when you bite, you will discover that it's absolutely rotten. This is a bunch of bad apples that they are trying to sell to us. It doesn't matter if they have 2-3 PDP people just to show, those guys are not PDP actually. They are APC people portraying themselves, parading themselves as PDP. PDP itself is trying to raise her head above water. It's been totally, absolutely hijacked. And so there's nothing this embellishment of a sort would portray in any way, But then again, this is a national television. And please permit me to address the good people of River State. I don't believe we should take the streets because at the end of the day, they will deploy their machineries, they will deploy the soldiers, you will be shot, and their children are at home, and they are at home watching on television. This is not the time for you to take the law to be unlawful in any sort. Let's trust divine intervention. Let's trust judicial intervention if that will happen. But everything about this election have failed the integrity test. I don't even know and believe how inclusive this election will be, since nobody is even talking about the inclusivity component, and they have nothing to activate the inclusivity component. Since this administrator that I can jolly well describe as animator, since he's been there, he has never done anything for persons with disability. I went to Port Harcourt and I conducted a focus group of persons with disability, and I wanted to know from them if they've been contacted, if they have been asked to know their opinion, if IBAS has appointed a person with disability to advise him. Nothing of sort. I took time out to plead that he should meet with them. I wasn't prepared to meet with him because he's absolutely illegal, and I cannot be seen endorsing illegality. So that said, this whole local government election looks to me laughable. It looks to me something that they know if a smart lawyer meets a smart judge, he would throw it out from the window. Bukola, I just hope I answered your question.
That's a very valid point. And as we wind down, I want you to speak to this. What do you think is at play here? What do you think the coming weeks hold for Rivers State and Rivers people? Because we're entering the 5th month, we're already in the 5th month of state of emergency, and the interim administrator, or let's just say the administrator in Rivers State. So what do you sense is at play here? Because we're seeing the list of people vying for the local government elections. We're seeing the APC members who were in the PDP or who are allied. You've seen that list, right? A lot of them aligned with the FCT minister, but they are APC candidates. So what do you sense is at play? Do you think this state of emergency will go beyond 6 months? What do you suspect here?
Victor, that's why we're good friends. You're cerebral. But let me put it in perspective. They are trying to make a bad process and a bad product look good. What is at play? It's our resources that is at play. This is just an opportunity to siphon our resources. What is at play is our democracy that is at play. This is a properly scripted or played out drama that you'll find a situation where those who have been loyal to the FCT minister, those who are loyal to the details of what this administration wants to do have been compensated and rewarded with an office that they don't have both the intellectual and the moral authority to run. And I'm very, very, very careful choosing the words that I use. They don't want to lead the people. They don't want to work for the people. They want to work for themselves. Go back to their track record and see the kind of resources that they have siphoned and pocketed, and nobody's asking them anything. They're not questionable. You can't ask for transparency in what they have done. I challenge many of them, and some of them are my good friends, distant friends, per se, acquaintance, I'll say. I challenge you to publish the accounts of the past local government administration that you have been the chairman. I challenge you to publish the things you've been able to achieve. What your legacies are.
One might ask what the position or the thinking of Rivers people is amid all of this, but it's clearly an ongoing conversation we must anchor at this point. Mr. Jake Epelle is the CEO of TAF Africa, and of course is also a Rivers son of the soil. Thank you so much for your time on the program.
Thank you, Bukola. Thank you for Channel Television standing for what is right. You ask very tough questions and demanding very tough answers. And I think this morning I have done justice to that. Remember, politicians, you will be judged by what you do. You are remembered for two things: the problem you caused or the problem you solve. Please be remembered for the problem you solve. The Rivers people do not in any way do anything other than following due process and being peaceful. We will win.
Yeah, fine place to anchor it. Thank you so much, Mr. Epelle.
Indeed. Good to see Mr. Jake Epelle again. But let's tell you that WAEC's portal is experiencing some technical issues. So that's WAEC Nigeria now putting up that statement, informing the general public that the result checker portal is temporarily shut down due to technical issues. However, it says the council is working to ensure that candidates are able to access their results in the next 24 hours. Is this jump all over again, you wonder?
We certainly hope not, but if we went by some of the reactions to the release of the results on the verified X account of WAEC, some of the students have been experiencing concern about not being able to access the portal. So perhaps this is important to have come at this time with, of course, a resolve to rectify it such that this would not be another jam.
Particularly with the English examination and the results. But that's where we draw the curtains on the show today. Thank you for being a part of it. I'm Kayode Okikulu.
Sunrise Daily is up next. The team is standing by to bring you a very rich conversation. I am Bukola Koka.